Hi, friends. Welcome to Craft with Cheryl. I am Cheryl Wright. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Northeastern Montana, and I have 3 projects for you tonight. Tonight, I'm doing it a little bit simpler than maybe the last few weeks, or so I think now. You never know. That's why it's called Craft with Cheryl, is because we're crafting as we go. Be sure to say hello in the comments and let us know you're here. So let's go ahead and grab get my other camera going. I have a couple quick announcements and we're going to get started. All right, let's see here. Hi, Nancy. How are you this evening? No real big new announcement. Actually, no new announcements. They're all repeat announcements. The Wild Bunch is still available. It's my favorite product of the month so far. I just love this. I did this class last week, I think. Yeah, last week. And it seemed to be a huge hit. So if you want to see what I made, go back and check it out or ask me and I'll show you at the end. Last chance products. Some of them are leaving as they go, but there are some last chance products. Stampin' Cross Country is next weekend, so there's still time to get into the Stampin' Cross Country event as you get all the fun activities, but you don't get a retreat box, which is totally fine. It's a little cheaper and you still get to enjoy all the fun. So you can find all the information about that at craftwithcheryl.com. All right. And the group opens tomorrow. And then we have mystery stamping on Tuesday and bingo on Thursday. And we start the demonstrations on Friday and Saturday, and Sunday is Scrapbook Sunday, and that's a public event. You don't have to be registered for that. And it's fun, and I would love to have you join us. So go ahead and craftwithcheryl.com and find out the information. Those of you who are watching that are Stampin' Cross Country registrants, participants, whatever, your boxes are gone. They are on their way to you. You should have got a tracking email. Last I checked, they were all in Billings. So that's one step away from me. That's 4 hours. They've already made it away from me. So that's cool. All right, tonight's class, I have a lot on my plate right now. So tonight's class, I kept it rather simple. This is a part of a super bundle. Honestly, I don't remember what the super bundle is called. So not a super bundle, a super suite. Let's check it out really quick. The super suite is the Bloom Boutique. That means there are 2 stamp sets and 2 sets of dies that are a part of this super suite, the suite collection. I don't have a lot of this. I'm going to be honest with you. The florals were out when I was ordering and I just haven't gone back to get them. And I don't know that I will at this point. But I did get the 2 Scalloped Blooms bundles and I don't have this paper. So we're going to take a whole new spin on it because I'm going to use what I have, but I do have these wonderful dies and this fun sentiment stamp set. So we get to use all the fun stuff tonight. Hi, Shirley. How are you tonight? All right. Oh, one more thing about Stampin' Cross Country people. There will be a second email going out tomorrow. The first one went out last week. And so if you haven't got it, dig through maybe your spam folder. I don't know. It came from me, but it was from the Stampin' Up team. Not the Stampin' Up team. Scratch that. The Stampin' Cross Country team. So there you go. Enough housekeeping. Let's get crafting. I was thinking about using some of these, but you know what? I don't think we're going there. So I'm going to get them out of the way. I think I found all I needed. So I have some of them set aside, but this is what you see when you have this. So there's many rings of these, and these are some sentiment pieces. These circles I'm using for the center of this flower, and you'll see that in just a moment. And I'm using these as leaves. as I threw the negative in the trash, I thought, you could make ocean or waves or something. Maybe make some little fishes out of them. Hi, Kimberly. All right. Just ordered the bundle during free shipping. This is one of those keeper bundles, and I hope Stampin' Up! Keepers it around for a long time, because I fall in love with it. And I only keep current product because I'm trying to sell product, so I don't keep a lot of retired product. So I hope Stampin' Up! Keeps it around for a long time. So let's get started. This is my simple card, and it is simple, and I'm not changing it. I've been off track a couple times lately. I had a tag, so if you see me doing the back of my neck, yeah, I got an itch, and it's driving me crazy because of this silly tag on my sweatshirt. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and it is scored at 5.5. It is thick white cardstock. So there is that. And this piece is a piece, oh, got a little hair. This is from the Beautiful Ordinary Life. It is probably my favorite piece out. As you can see, I think I have one left and I've kind of butchered it. Oh, nope, I have another piece, but I think this is my second pack of paper. This is just fun, random paper. This would be so cute with bees. And it's all black and white on the back. So, but I like the colorful side. I don't use the black and white very often. Do you guys use the black and white? Let's see here. Shirley says, just tired. It's been a long week already and it's not done yet. Amen to that. I hear you 100% on that. And Glenda's here. Yay. We are starting to ramp up. I don't know what July is going to look like because we have that wedding on the 11th. So I'm hoping to get some stuff pre-done. But yeah, just know that I'm thinking of you, even though I may not be here. I will keep you posted on the plan. But I ordered a couple of the July online exclusives that are going to come out next month. So I'm hoping to get a couple videos recorded so that you can keep crafting while I am partying with my family and celebrating my son and future daughter-in-law. At that point, it will be my son and daughter-in-law. So, all right, I didn't want a lot of room around my edge. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's going to have a very narrow border because there's white in there anyway. Boy, I wasn't planning on stripping my shirt off in the middle of my video, but if it keeps getting warm in here, I might just be doing that. This shirt is just giving me some pains today. I was cold all day and now I'm not. Actually, I wasn't cold all day. I had the grandkids today and they seem to be very, very, very tired. So it was not an easy grandkid day. It was a long grandkids day. Love them to pieces. So, but I hope they get a good night's sleep because they're coming back tomorrow. And, oh, Shirley, you asked me about bingo cards for Stampin' Cross Country. I got did I tell you I got the official word? They're going to go out on Monday. Barb is taking care of that and she is sending it out on Monday. That way nobody has a chance to lose them very far before we use them for Thursday. Bingo, bingo, bingo. We have some good prizes. They are going to be fun. All right. Now, set that aside. I am using, like I told you, I'm using some of those little flowers. So I have some of those. And I made the white centers. Aren't they adorable? Aren't they just cute? I'm excited about these. And then I made the pool party leaves. I tried to match the colors over here. And then I made this tag, and I haven't decided how this tag is going to work. So once I get my sentiments stamped on there, we will run with it. So I have plenty of leaves. I'm not going to drag them all out, but I'm going to use some glue dots because I am a glue dot girl. Oh, we've had some rain on and off, which we are very thankful for. It has, I don't know if it's saved the crops, but it's given them a fighting chance. Before we got the rain 2 weeks ago, they were talking about maybe not even combining this year, harvesting. There might not have been anything. We are dryland farmers. We have no irrigation. So if it doesn't fall from above, we don't have it. It helps. We usually have really good protein, but yes. Yep. All right. And get it going the right way. So those are my cute little flowers. And then I'm going to change my mind on this one. I'm going to use some, actually I'm going to use some Seal. Seal Plus. And just kind of tack a leaf back there. Linda says it's rained on and off all day and it's stopped and it's now chilly. Yeah, it's not warm here. It is not warm. We had 87 the other day, but today it was like 50. Isn't that cute? Ah, all right. I need to get a little closer to the part where I'm putting it on. What else? Thunderstorms, rain coming your way from south central Kansas. My friend Marion, who's a part of Stampin' Cross Country, is down in the tropical storm area. She hasn't got a whole lot, but we were worried about her. And like I said, this class, I'm using the dies and the sentiments that came from this. So it's not a real fancy class, but it's a very basic class and anyone can do these projects. Sometimes it's nice just to be simple again. I should have done a Father's Day project, but these aren't Father's Day projects. These aren't Father's Day projects. The relaxing water side I did a couple weeks ago. Those were Father's Day projects. So I didn't neglect Dad. I just didn't do it today. All right, so those are those. I do have a few extra leaves, but I'm not going to use those. So I'm going to do a dry layering. One of these, because they're matchy-matchy, is going on the inside. So we're going to set that aside. And we're just going to do some random. I didn't know if I wanted them. I just threw them on here earlier when I was playing. And they were so cute. Oh, love it. And then this, I didn't know if I wanted it to be kind of an accent that way, or if I wanted it to be an accent that way. I'm stamping happy birthday on here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to kind of play and lay it out and see where we want it. All right. So I have not inked up this stamp before. And this is actually the wrong stamp. So there's that. I thought I had it on a block and I do not have it on a block. So that's okay. We won't have to worry about inking that one up. I mean, we will, but okay, let's try this again. We're going to do happy birthday. Ooh, that was horrible sounding. And I haven't stamped this one yet either. Ooh, I like that. I usually drag it around a little bit. Gently. That Y is going a little bit more. Oh, there it goes. All right, we are ready to stamp. One thing I like about this stamp set is it's kind of got a companion. So it's got a greeting for the outside, and then it's got some words for the inside. A lot of times we have one or the other, but not both. So we're going to do we're going to go a little low. And this is hard to line up to make it straight. But I think we came out all right because it's the flowy cursive stuff. So, all right, now do I want this below like that? It is a bright and cheery card. Yes. Hi, Deb. How are you? All right. So below, or I can chop off a chunk, which we might have to chop off a chunk to see if we like it. Because right now it just looks like a big chunk up above. Or like on above. What do you think? Do you like the flirty flamingo above or below? Luck in your boats now. So that's above. And that would be below. Let me know what you're thinking. And I'm going to go ahead and add these with some dimensionals. Boy, I like these. And this is all me. Nothing inspired this one. I did see a couple cards that had this shape. They use these flowers like this, but not these colors. And this is a Cheryl Wright original. Speaking of Cheryl Wright originals, thank you for shopping with me for free shipping. If you shopped with me for free shipping, and I will be getting your cards out, not tomorrow because there's no mail. But I will be getting your cards out very soon. All right. There we go. And those of you who are a part of my membership, because I do have a membership, I will be doing, and it's new, I will be doing my first membership video soon. If you're interested in getting in on that, there should be a join button on YouTube allowing you to get in on it. All right. I see below. Wow. Well, you guys know how to lock in your votes. All right, I'm going to make it smaller. And before we go any further, I'm going to figure out where this goes. But I got my dimensionals on there. All right, I'm just going to give it, just chop a chunk off. All right, I love this color. I'm having a chuckle in my head because the other night I was crafting with some of my, not crafting, I was cutting paper out with some of my other Stampin' Cross Country people. And Marcy was doing some other projects. And she came on, and there's a flamingo coming in the July online exclusives. And she came on, she says, what color should I make the flamingo? And we kind of chuckled and said, flirty flamingo. So we had a chuckle. All right. I trimmed down the edges just so I didn't have to line it up perfectly. I mean, I will line it up, but they won't show on the edge. So there you go. It is below. I almost could do below and above. Ooh. What do you think of that option? Above and below. Ooh, let me know what you think of that. Hadn't thought of that. I don't know why. Do you like that, or should I leave it off the top? All right, I'm going to pull off some more lids. So we can just push these down. Yes, pretty. All right. Boy, see, this is crafting with me. You just get to do it on the fly. Yes. All right. So let's put that on there. Well, that worked out slick. All right, I got to get it so it's going the right way. You can't see it probably, but these corners are just slightly rounded. Oh, you know what? It would help if I did that same thing. Just got those extra edges out of the road. Give it a little haircut. Doesn't need to be big. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Awesome. All right. Here we go. All right. So we could go here. Oh, I already have. Maybe we'll make it the center. I was going to put it down here, but maybe it should be the center. Speaking of center, this needs to be over a little bit more. Glue dots for the win. All right. I'm not going to pop this up because there is anybody else have issues with their seals sometimes ripping the paper right off? So we're not going to use that. We'll use this. Maybe I'm using too many muscles. All right, make sure I haven't flipped the card and it's being opened the correct direction. Line up the happy birthday. Ah, so cute. And then, there we go. Just do a little bouquet down here at the bottom. Or maybe we'll put one up here. Oh, up here. There we go. There's my card. Now on the inside, like I said, there is a sentiment that wishing you a day full of relaxation, happiness, and love. See, they're having a main sentiment go with a inside sentiment, which I really appreciate. All right, scratch paper. We're going to set this aside so we don't get the ink on it because you don't want to have to start over or play games. It looks good. I need to re-ink my black. That's why I'm just hitting it a little hard. I have not tried the hybrid ink yet, and I know I need to, but I have not gone there yet. Anybody out there have tried the hybrid ink? And I told you I made this one to go inside. Maybe we'll just, oops, I'm off camera. I'm sorry. Okay, and then we're just going to put, oh, we'll use some glue dots on this because I need it flatter. There we have it. So cute. Ta-da! All right. Isn't that fun? I love the DSP too. I'm buffering. Oh no. All right, just a second. Alexa, turn off the frame. Sometimes that helps. I don't know why. All right, what kind of bling are we going to use? We have some of that. That's a little too bright, although those might, I don't know. We have some butterflies. They might work. Butterflies and flowers. We have these. What else? I don't know what else is in. I know I keep going through my bucket and pulling out the stuff that's. We do some smaller flowers. I think I don't want competition for them. I just want to add a little bling. There's that one that's not used very much. So we're not going to use the golden glow. Have I showed you the buttons from coming up? From the July release. I like those. And I like I would use the crisp cantaloupe. Or we could use the white sparkles. Let's do the white sparkles. Because there's a lot of white and we can just make it look whiter. Let's see here. Glenda has not tried the hybrid yet, but she's hearing good things. Nancy has not purchased it yet. She likes her Memento. Haven't tried the... Kimberly hasn't tried the hybrid. She's waiting until the Memento refills run out. And having issues with the internet because of the heat, and they are working on it. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I do have the hybrid. And I've heard people have a hard time opening it, but opening it is a breeze. You just grab it like you're opening a book or a makeup compact. But I haven't used it. I haven't tried it to love it yet. So, oh, the dog. The dog's going off. Oh, I think the dog's going off because she hears the thunder. All right, we're just going to go keep it simple and do 3. There is card number 1. Oh, thank you for my likes. I appreciate all of you showing up and liking and commenting and sharing and all the things. All the things. All right. Put that away. Card number 2. This one, my last shape card was a huge hit. Oh my gosh, the dog is like freaking out. And it is thunder. I just heard it. So now you know if we lose power, it was thunder. It was lightning that got us. We don't lose power very often, but that could be my problem with my internet too. I don't have a problem with my internet, but if it's being obnoxious or whatever, it might be because of that. All right, I am doing die cutting with you. Last one I had most of my die cutting done. So we're using this piece from the, I want to say Delicate Dreams. Delicate Dreams. This paper is so gorgeous. That was the paper I kept ordering, and every time I would get it in my cart, it would go on out of stock. And I was cleaning one day and I found a pack and was like, maybe that's why I kept getting out of my cart, because I really don't need it. Let's see here. Do we need the hybrid ink for Stampin' Cross Country? I think it was on the supply list, but remember that's a recommended supply list. So somebody, one of us, might have switched from Memento to the hybrid and is recommending the hybrid. To my knowledge, there's no technique that has to have the hybrid. So I think you should be okay. So we're going to do some fun stuff with this. Delicate Dreams. I've got my white paper. I've got my supplies. We're going to start by, I don't need the envelope per se. Okay. We are going to make a shape card with the largest Scalloped Blooms die. Wanted to make sure I got it right. I thought about how to go about doing this. What I want to make sure is that I have 2 feet at the bottom, or 2 petals at the bottom. So I don't want it to balance on just one. I'm hoping that 2 is the answer. And I want it to fit in an envelope. So I'm starting off with an 8.5 by 5.5 inch card base. And I am going to, it's scored at 4 1/4. And I am going to crease the edge. And running double layers of cardstock through your embossing, your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine isn't necessarily the right way to go, but we're going to do it. So I'm going to get it down to the bottom. I'm going to have it so 2 feet are resting. This is my bottom. And I want to make sure it gets over. And now it is pouring. Yay! I haven't gone out to water my petunias, so this is good news. I won't have to do that after this. I'm going to grab some of my Post-it note tape. And if you ever want any of my supplies that I use, my extras, they are linked at my craftwithcheryl.com. All right, so we have that. So we're going to start there. I'm going to, you know what? I'm not. All right, grab my next size. Oops. I should have a next size. I was using it for something else. Nope. My next size is MIA. That's not good. There's that. Uh-oh. Okay. It can't have gone far. Well, we're going to just take this moment to cut. And if we have to adjust, we will adjust. Got all my pieces all ready to go. There should be one between this one and this one that I wanted. But if all else fails, we'll use this one. And I'll go on a reconnaissance mission when we're done to find the other. I don't know where it could have gone. Okay. Get the big one out. This is going to crank hard, but it's okay. I am so excited for you guys to get your stamping cross-country boxes. Oh, I had fun putting mine together this time. Not that I don't always, but this time I had fun. Yes. So, all right, there we have that piece. And until we figure out what we're doing next, oh, I don't know where. I'm going to look around a little bit more. And maybe this is it, and I'm just not knowing where else it could be. We're going to go with this piece, but it's not the right one. All right. Well, there we have our shape card. You guys might be able to hear the rain. It is coming down hard out there. Now, if you didn't want it to fit in an envelope, you could have made it, you could have made the flower a little bigger, like if you were going to send it or not send it or just give it away. If you ever get any of my stuff and it's got a little film on it, it's just the Post-it note tape. All right, well, we're going to go. There's one between. Maybe not. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. How many rings are there on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my bad. And this is it, I guess. I was thinking it was bigger, but we're just going to go with it. Now this piece, this is just my envelope for measuring. This piece, we got to get it on here so that it lines up. This still does not feel right. But we're going to go with it. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll trim it where we need to. I want some more of that hydrangea hue. And then I have this piece already cut to go in the middle. And I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I'm missing. Boy, that makes me mad. I don't know where it could be. If you were a flower die, where would you have fallen? I don't know. Because it's got the stitching. I am so sorry. All right. Enough is enough. Maybe it's gone forever. Maybe I'm making stuff up. That could happen. All right. We are going to use this die. And I also need one of these for white too. I did not get that done. I want it so the hydrangea hue is close to the edges. Oh, I love the fact that Nancy says it feels like Christmas when they receive a box from me. Well, honestly, that's how much care and attention I put into it. I want it to feel like Christmas when you get it. I want you to be so excited with all the little pieces and parts that I've made for you that it feels like Christmas. And Kimberly agrees. The boxes are always fun to open. Yay! I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that because I put a lot of effort into them. And I'm glad you think it shows. So, well, I will let you know where I find that missing die if it ever turns up. I'll go, oh, look, guys, this is where it went. I'm just going to make one of these and we'll trim this also. And I needed one of these. So we're just going to make it while we're going through. Maybe we'll not have to get the machine out quite as many times. I need it out. I'll have the machine out a couple times for the next one. The next one is kind of a revamp of one I've kind of done before, but not really. There's only 5 flower dies. Okay. So what you're saying is Cheryl really is losing her mind. Thank you, Nancy. It's nice to know that it's me and not the dies that I've lost. I just thought this one was bigger, and I thought it had a stitched edge like this one. It'll all come to pass. All right, let's put this together. So we're going to have this on here, but I kind of want to match it up. And we're going to add some glue. If I find some, yeah, I'm going to just forget about it. Just forget about it, Cheryl. This one is my not happy birthday. Not thank you. Thank you is the next one. Well, maybe this is happy birthday too. I told you I needed happy birthday cards, so I keep making happy birthday cards, but I haven't got them mailed to my cousin yet. Ooh, you know what this would be better with? Not Memento. That's Secret C. I love Secret C. Next year, Stampin' Up! Is doing a color refresh, meaning they're going to decide what colors stay and what colors that go. And this is an in color right now, so I'm really, really, really hoping that Secret C stays. When it first came out, I was like, okay, whatever. I love it now. All right, we're going to have the feet at the bottom. Pretty, pretty. And this is going to go in the middle. We'll pop it up with some dimensionals. I'm really rattled. I almost put the dimensionals on the front. Okay. Deep breath in. All right, and then we have the white. That will go inside with that very nice sentiment. And I think I need to wipe this off. I'm most excited about number 3. Number 1 and number 3. This was my one that I thought, oh, this will be cute. But it wasn't one that I'm excited for number 3. And then number 1 was cool too. And since I spent half the time looking for something that didn't exist, yeah, this isn't my favorite. It's okay if it's your favorite, but it's not going to be my favorite tonight. It's the one that I found most frustrating. All right. And I don't think I have. Ooh, maybe we should try some hydrangea hue ribbon. I don't use ribbon as much as I'd like to. I keep buying it, but I don't use it very much. We could go this route. Let's just try that. All right, I think this works the same way as my other. So start with it a little bit longer. Go across where you want to go. Make it a little bit longer. Then have this come and go the same length the opposite way. And that should give you about the length of the ribbon. And if it doesn't, then we'll have to try again. This is a nice crisp ribbon. Yeah, I always think I'm going to be good at using ribbon and then I don't. I forget about it. Or I want ribbon and it's not a color that I have. But this one will be very matchy tonight and have a hydrangea hue ribbon on Okay, rule number 1, make sure the ribbon is flat on the inside. All right, let's try that again. Tying bows. Some people can tie them and some people just struggle. Are you a struggler or are you somebody who can pull them off? I have a couple people that when I was doing classes in town, they'd always just give me the bows. Here, you just do this. You be the bow maker. I usually did all right. But sometimes I struggle. This one is going to turn out all right. We're going to make it just a little shorter. And that was the perfect length. And then I know we have hydrangea hue. Those, or we could do the butterfly, hydrangea hue butterflies. Maybe butterflies would be pretty on this one. I love this color. This color can stay too. Kimberly struggles with bows. Thank you. You really enjoyed last year's colors. The Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. Yep, those are good ones. Yep, those are good ones. All right, let's go ahead and do a few butterflies. Might have one come off the Y because, you know, why not? There. Kind of a simple card, but a fun card. Ooh, I saw that. Pause. And since we did the 2 at the bottom, it will stand up. The method to my madness worked. Ha ha ha. The madness, really, because of the whole die thing. So there you have it. Oh, I really froze. It's mostly my hand camera, isn't it? I don't know. I did put a ticket in on it. So, all right, there's card number 2. Card number 3. I'm excited about this one. I hope it works out like my brain thinks it's going to. And it's not even 8 o'clock yet. All right. I am going to lose my sweatshirt though. And yes, I'm decent underneath. So do better with ribbon than twine. Thank you. Okay. Toss that aside. And now I'll be cool in a minute. I'll be always cool. All right. Don't need that. Oh, I forgot to grab my ink. Just a second. I'll reach around you. And this is my pile that we need to make stuff from. Okay. We're going to start with some rings. Some circles, not rings. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. We're going to play with this one. This is going to be what we're going to cut out. We're going to have the machine up a couple of times. And I have 2. I'm not going to lose those. They're right there. I want it up a little high. I want it centered. And I'm just going to put a piece there. Now, this piece is going to be white also. So we're going to cut it at the same time because this centerpiece is going to be trash. I forgot that when I was lining it up. So we're going to be efficient. All right. Here goes. This is my thank you card. All right. I think I can take that out. So I need to do some stuff before I bring the machine back. All right. So we were efficient. And if you have an adhesive eraser, if you want to get all that off, it's just like Post-it note tape. It's nothing major. I have a little something. So if you ever want to make one of those, now you know how to make one of those. Like I said, it was just going to be trash. So, or set aside to use another day. So we're going to use this piece later. And I don't know, maybe I'm terrible about holding on to things I really don't need. All right. Next up, we're going to do the next thing I'm going to do is this. So this is our card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I forgot to tell you what size the piece this was. This is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I just wanted that smidgen like I did earlier. All right. And we are going to line this up as best we can. And trace. And try to get our circle right there. I know. I don't know the simplest way to do this, so I put the circle there. I traced it just in case. Maybe this is the better way to do it. Maybe I didn't need to trace it. Tuck it under there and lay it down. Pick it up and put a piece of Post-it note tape down. That worked better. Okay. As long as I got it at the top, I do have it at the top. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier and double cut because I need that yellow. All right. I am going to open this up and run it through, but in a minute because we're going to have to get the machine out. So let's deal with this now. This is my part that I love. Oh, let's see here. Shirley said, I go in streaks. Some days I can do perfect bows, and the next time I can't tie them for the life of me. Oh, some days it's just, it's a thing. All right. So we're going to ink up the embossing folder. You know how much I love this. So we're going to ink it up. Wherever it says Stampin' Up, that's the side you usually are going for, unless you're trying a different technique, which it's out there. And someday I will show you. So we're going to just ink this up. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly even. It just doesn't matter. This is Daffodil Delight. And the side that you want inked up, of course, is going to go down. I want my daisies to, I lined it up with the edge a little bit to get it a little bit better, and close that. All right, now I only have to get the machine out one time for both of those. All right, I have a drink there. I'm just going to set it on there. Keep it closed. All right, we're going to cut and then we're going to emboss, because I already have the cut plates here. All right, run it through. Looks like a bullseye. Not really, because it's not red, right? All right. I do not need this one or this one or that. I'm going to set that aside. I need to grab my my gray plate, and remember the spine goes in first, and run it through. Where's my plates? All right. Let's take a look at this. Love this. I love the white daisies with the ink in the background. Then you just take this in and rinse it in your sink and let it dry. Our inks are water-based, so they come right off. Okay, so we have this, and then we have this piece. I'm just going to gently take that, and we need this piece, and we do not need the donut, but that's how you make donuts if you want to make donuts. Oh, look, we can put these two pieces together and make something. Hey, look at that. That's not a bad idea to do something like that. Oh, look at that. Look what we made. We weren't even trying. All right, so this piece is going on top of this piece, and it should line up if we did our job right. So I'm going to go ahead and crease this one more time. And I'm going to use the runny glue. I don't know why. It's just what decided to come my way. Line it up. Well, that was easy. Look at how well that lined up. Nice. All right, now when it's drying, I like to put a little weight on it. So I am going to put a couple of my big blocks on it just to give it a little weight so that glue can set. All right. Now we're going to do this one. Do you see where I'm headed? Another daisy. We're going to stamp on this piece, though. This is my thank you card. And I have not used this yet, so it's doing its job. If I wait till I run out of Memento ink before I switch to the hybrid, it's going to be a long time because I have several ink pads and lots of refills. Thank you. Then we're going to put this on here. And I might just use a little seal plus. And then get it in there. This is supposed to be our daisy. And then we'll put our weights away. And then this is going to go on the inside here. And it's going to get dimensionals. So this is the card I was excited about. Thank you, Kimberly. She likes my embossed daisies. I'm going to move that one over a little bit, put that one there. All right. Now I have to line it up so my words are going kind of sort of the right direction. Center it. There you have that. And then I did this piece. I'm going to do this down here. And I have that one. You're a blessing to me. It's crooked. I have to make it straight so I can see where I'm going. All right, I am not going to pop this up. I'm just going to put it on with some tear and tape. Or actually, I could use the seal. We had kind of a family party last night. My husband and I celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary yesterday. Yay! And we still like each other. That's kind of a cool thing. 31 years. The weather was a lot different 31 years ago. It was very hot. There you go. So you're a blessing to me. And then you just write your little note down here. I could make a white down here, but to write on, but I think there's enough space. You just have to make sure you go. I suppose if I put the white down there, look at that. There's a white piece just waiting to be used. Well, that's what we're going to use it for then. It was just sitting there like it needed a home. And then if I don't use this, or even if I do, I need the reminder that don't write above the line. There, it doesn't show. And we're going to use the same bling that we used earlier, the white sparklies. And put some in those, couple of those daisies. Just kind of spread them around. Oh, I don't want them lined up. Oh, those are lined up. Oh, well. It's fine, right? It's good. No one else thinks like me, like, oh, it can't be lined up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5. Gotta have an odd number. So we'll put another little one right here. I was thinking about putting some twine on this one also. Let's see if the white twine is cooperating, or not twine. Yeah, baker's twine. Look at that. Oh, that's even cooperating. So what I was thinking about, if we don't like it, we don't have to keep it on there. Just thinking about, I think I'm going to go on this side. Wrapping it around this edge. Well, I had it in there 3 times and then I unwound one. That's all right. This one's much longer. Much longer. So we're going to unwind that one. And wind this one again. Okay, I don't have this measuring down when you're wrapping it around an edge. And you can vote whether you like the bow there or take it off. This is one that's going to have the tails need to go one way and the bows need to go one way. So we don't need wild tails. So if you pull them opposite ways, that's kind of how they will lay. So what do you think? Keep the bow or ditch the bow? Probably use better scissors next time. So what do you think? Keep the bow? Do you like the bow on the side? Or get rid of the bow? Oh, thank you. Yes, I was really into bright and cheery cards tonight, wasn't I? Keep the bow. 1 vote for keep. Well, this is my class tonight. And look at that. Barely over an hour. Yay! Although if they're good, it doesn't matter, right? So there's card number 2, card number 3, and card number 1. Usually I wouldn't do a class on a set of dies like this, but it did have the sentiments that went with it, and I just thought it deserved to have its own class. So there you have it. I had its own class for it. And being tight on time with Stampin' Cross Country prep, grandkids, wedding anniversary, all the things. My daughter came home yesterday. All the things. Wedding stuff. It was just like, I'm going to keep it simple tonight and we're going to go for it. So I think it turned out all right. So card 1, 2, and 3. Remember, it's not too late to sign up for Stampin' Cross Country. If you're still interested in partaking, you won't get the present in the mail. That's like a Christmas present, but you'd know what to expect next time. And yeah, have a great weekend. Next week might look a little different, but I'm not sure what's going to look like. Mystery stamping will be on Tuesday, and we're inviting all the Stampin' Cross Country people in to join us also. So there'll be a whole bunch of people, I hope. So anyway, thank you. Have a great weekend and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.